Prime Minister Narendra Modi and Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina of Bangladesh have inaugurated together three very important projects. First, the Agartala-Akhara rail link. Secondly, the thermal power plant in Khulna. And thirdly, a broad gauge line between the Mongla Port in Khulna that connects to the broad gauge network in Bangladesh. Now, why are these three projects so important? They're not only important for India, Bangladesh or bilateral ties, but they're also important for regional connectivity. And under India's Look East and Act East policy, there has been a lot of focus on infrastructure in the Bay of Bengal region, in the northeastern region, and also in Bangladesh, because a lot of the connectivity that can be managed through Bangladesh and a lot of projects that are beneficial to both the countries have now started to take shape, and that's what we see. So let's just take a look on the map as to what these projects mean when it connects this entire region. So let's take a look at the Agartala-Akhara rail link. This is Akhara in Bangladesh, and this is Akhara, and this is Agartala in India. This is the international border, Bangladesh, India. And what is being connected is, of course, this town and Agartala in India through a broad gauge rail link. There is a border station, Nischintapur, and then of course there are other infrastructure that needs to be built around this area. But why is this so important? Now, let's take a look at the entire region. If we zoom out on the map, this is Kolkata, this is Agartala in India, this is Kolkata in India. In between here you have Bangladesh. Now currently, when trains travel from Kolkata to Agartala, what they have to do is they cannot go straight across, because in the middle you have Bangladesh. What they do is they go all the way up, then through this narrow chicken's neck, the Siliguri corridor as we know, they travel, then they go all the way into Assam, and then of course they come south and enter Agartala. So you can see a huge detour. The train is traveling like this, first northwards, then eastwards, and then again southwards into Tripura. What does the Agartala-Akhara rail link, when it's completed fully, establish? Well, you will have a rail link, let's say from Kolkata, that will travel through Bangladesh and connect Agartala, which means it will cut the travel time by train drastically. You also have a port that is being connected by the broad gauge network, the Mongla Port in Khulna, which is here, and then you have a power plant also that is being inaugurated in Khulna. So these are important projects, not just for India and Bangladesh, but what you see is this entire Bay of Bengal region. This is an extremely important region under India's Look East policy, and that's why these projects are so important, and that's why also they are being inaugurated by both the prime ministers of these countries. You have the Kolkata and Agartala connection that will eventually be established with the Agartala-Akhara rail link, and then you also have the other power and port line projects that are extremely important for both these countries. So we've seen the importance of these projects and how they matter in this region, which is extremely important for India, like I said. That is why we've had the prime ministers of these two countries inaugurate these projects. These are extremely important projects, not just for bilateral ties, but for entire regional cooperation. And India, being one of the most powerful economies in the region, has to take a lead in also building up infrastructure in the region. We have competition. We don't need to mention who that competition is. But in this connection, what we know is that these are extremely important projects that are coming at a crucial time for India-Bangladesh ties. And that is why the prime ministers of these countries have taken the time out from their schedules to inaugurate these projects. That shows how much importance is attached to these projects. With camera person GD Shankar, Saurabh Gupta, NDTV.